Hi guys, how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well whenever you see this. So this is going to be actually a bonus reading for Aries for your candle reading that I did. I did a little bit late for your season, but I did it anyway to just kind of show you guys, how I do candle readings a little bit if you're interested. So this is, how your candle would look like in the beginning when it's completely blank, okay? And then I pulled some of the herbs out that I do put in there for each of the zodiac candles that I've been doing for the birthday zodiac series. Okay, so for instance, I always include a little bit of herbs for love, success, and protection. Okay, so I'll show you some of those real quick. So for love, I have some rose petals that I add into here. Okay, and then I always put like a little cut inside the candle, and then I put a little bit of olive oil, right? Because this is kind of like the Greek way of doing it, and this is a traditional like hoodoo style of like interpreting the candle, right? So you interpret the glass, like how it looks on the outside, okay, all around, and then we'll get to the bottom where the herbs are, and I'll show you kind of how that would look. Okay, obviously they're all going to turn out differently. But yeah, so for love, we did rose petals. I have orange peel. I have some lemongrass that I put in there. And then for protection, oh yes, also honeysuckle for love. And you just put like a little pinch. You don't want to put too many in there. Okay, and then for protection, I do the bay leaves. I have alfalfa. I have sassafras, sassafras roots. And then for protection, you also want to use peppermint, or you can just use mint. Okay, and there's a couple more herbs I didn't pull out here, but just to kind of show you like what all goes into each candle. And then I do like a regular blessing over the candle. Hello, hi there, Aaliyah. How's it going? And so, you can make your own petition. Like when you purchase a candle, you can tell me what you want it for, or if it's about a particular person, if you're dealing with a certain zodiac sign, if it's a birthday gift for yourself or someone else, or you want to embody some of the positive attributes, okay, of that sign too is another way you can do that. So you can always check all the info out on my website on MalesseaMagicLight.com, and just you'll see when you go to the shop section, I think the zodiac candles are first, and then if you keep going, you'll start seeing some of the Greek god and goddesses candles that I have for purchase as well. Okay, but anyway, back to your candle here, Aries. So I started burning this. They usually take about 7 to 10 days to burn. Okay, right from when it's all the wax is still there. Okay, and then I kind of did it just for the general Aries sign, and I just had it for. Let's see, I started it. Hold on, guys. I put my calendar here. I started it on today's the 16th. So it would have been May 5th? No, that's too far back. Maybe it was more like last week. Okay, I'm trying to remember my schedule now. Yeah. Anyway, it is late, okay? But regardless of that, I want to start doing these more. And I have the Taurus one. I'll do a little video in a little bit for Taurus. Okay. But anyway, whatever I did it, it's here now. Okay. So normally when you're like identifying the herbs, it can be really similar to a tea reading or a coffee reading. Okay. So everybody's going to see different shapes in these herbs. Okay. But when I was trained to do this, by a hoodoo practitioner, and just also my knowledge of how the Greeks do coffee espresso readings, is that everybody might see or things come out to them, but they will all have the same feeling. Okay, and that's kind of how you're trained to do it, like without going into more detail. Okay, but for this candle here, Aries, I kind of saw two different things for you, and I'll show you. I'm going to take some pictures too of the inside of the candle, and I'll post them on my Facebook page if you want to take a look and be like, oh, I see this or I see that, or even if you just want to look or whatever, I'll put it up there. I don't know. I mean, you can kind of see like the amount of herbs that are in there, right? And you can kind of see too that in this one, all the wax is gone except like a moon shape of like a really thin layer of wax there. Okay, sometimes it burns all the way, sometimes it burns halfway, sometimes the candles will have like, an inch of wax left. And so that's all kind of put into the interpretation of what's going on. Okay, you can have it smoky at the top, even darker than this. This is like slightly smoky. Okay, you can have it cloudy, right? Sometimes there's breaks in the lines, which would mean that obstacles have been broken through. Oh, sorry, Lee, I just saw your message. I'm doing great. How about you? I'm doing good. Good to see you here. And so yeah, so Aries, this is your, additional bonus, just kind of fun candle reading that I did for you. So what I saw, I wrote it down here, is in one way, right? Because you're going to turn it and look at different ways. Okay, you don't always just see it right away. I mean, sometimes it's clear like that for me, but it just depends. So for one way, I kind of saw a bird trying to fly through all this debris. And that talks about needing a cleansing, okay, for you Aries. And it could have, I didn't do it during your season for your birth time or your birth month, right? The Aries season. But I mean, everyone always benefits from a cleansing, okay? So one really simple one that one of my great psychic mentors has told me about, it's called, I don't know what the actual name is, but anyway, all you need is salt, sugar, and milk, okay? And even if you don't have a bathtub, you can do it in the shower, and just put a pinch of salt, a pinch of sugar, and just a little bit of milk. And so basically, you're gonna cleanse your whole body, and you wash it off afterwards. You're not gonna be like sticky or anything gross like that, okay? But you're getting rid of all the negative stuff with the salt, the purifying, right? And then with the sugar, you're putting sweetness back in, and then the milk is the nurturing. And you can do this once a day, twice a day, as many times as you want. You can go months without doing it and then do it again. I mean, it's just like a really basic, simple cleansing ritual, like for your body and just to kind of clear your head a little bit. But the other thing that I saw in your candle here, Aries, was it was really kind of cool. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. I'll just try to. It was like this. Let me see if I can come closer here. But it was like, before I show you, it was a headless horseman. So the actual figure, it almost looked like one of those dark figures that takes people's souls to the land of the dead or something. Okay, so it had its own head. And then there were all these kind of interesting like occult symbols kind of around it. But then it was holding another person's head. And the other person's head was like smiling. So I don't feel like it was like this dark negative thing, right? I'm going to see if you guys can see maybe at least the head. Let's see how close. Can you see the little smiling head? It's like right in the center there. Like it looks like white, okay? And there's like a smiling head. I know it's hard to see and it's very subjective and it takes time. When I started training to do this, growing up with the Greek coffee espresso and then with the hoodoo, I started seeing shapes everywhere. So like some people can do candle readings with like the leftovers of the plate of food that you've eaten. I would start seeing shapes in nature all around me. So when I was working like too much, I would just be like seeing shapes everywhere. But anyway, Aries, what I generally got from this message about the headless horseman for you was like, basically that there could have been in the recent past, okay, maybe even the last week or two for some of you, right? It's a general reading still for Aries, candle reading, that you could have had something where you felt like your head and your heart were separate, or again, it wasn't negative. It could have had something to do with some type of creativity that was going on for you. But I really felt like, even with the other shape that I saw, the birds flying through the debris, that was like the message that talked about needing the cleansing, right? So either way, whether you look at like the headless horseman kind of as like this, figure that is separated from its body or its head or even another person's head, it could be saying that other people are going to help you as well, because the headless horseman had his own head and then he's carrying the separate head, right? And so it could be saying that there's going to be people around you, Aries, that might be able to help you that you wouldn't think of before, like at the first glance or first like thought or mention of that person, okay? So it's like I said, it depends. It's very hard to do a general reading for a whole bunch of um, people, like in regards to candle readings. It's different than tarot readings, right? So normally when you would get a candle reading from me and you say, this is my situation of what's going on, or this is what I want in my life, or this is what I don't want in my life, then every person, you get a detailed emailed candle burn report. Okay, report, like written report. And it would have like a couple paragraphs of like what's going on within your candle in relationship to you. So I can only kind of tell you what I see as far as this kind of general reading for this candle reading. And then you kind of have to like think about it, even like sleep on it and see like, well, how does that relate to me, or does it at all, right? It might not at all. Okay, it might only be for certain people. But that is what I have for you, Aries. So hopefully, it's something a little different. And I'll probably come back in one moment. Oh yeah, I also forgot. I have so many herbs. Like I'll have to, if you guys are familiar with me before, if you follow my Instagram, you've seen like pictures of my altar, some of my altars online, but I have like so many herbs and stuff in the other room. But mustard seeds that you can get at the grocery store are also, really good for protection. So I usually put a couple of those in there when I do for love, protection, and success. But yeah, so let me let me let me know, guys, in the comments down below. I'll post some pictures too of the inside of the candle. Let me know what you see, if it's something you want to try out, or just think it might be fun, because I always like to hear what other people see. So anyway, I'm going to come back in a few minutes and probably talk about real quickly the Taurus candle, and then I will get back to my tarot readings with Aquarius. All right, so I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye, Aaliyah, if you're still here, and anyone else, and I'll see you guys shortly. Okay, bye.